Senior night for Kennedy here on this beautiful Tuesday, and the opponent tonight, the Scots from St. Paul Highland Park and St. Paul Central. Welcome inside the Bloomington Ice Garden. Josh Powers along with you and our crew, BEC-TV and MNHockey.tv. The Scots at a 3-8 record this year. They're an independent. Kennedy 1-14, 0-9 in the Metro West. But Kennedy seniors being honored tonight. All 8 of them. We'll talk about each one of them as the game goes on. We will also have the Senior Day ceremony after the completion of the game, so stick around for that. It'll come just a couple minutes after the end of the third period or overtime, whenever this game comes to a close. We'll also have Kennedy's last regular season game on Saturday. That'll start at 1 o'clock with the JV varsity at 3:15, our last Eagle broadcast of the year. Jefferson as well to follow that Kennedy game, the Jaguar regular season finale as well. The last week of hockey this year, at least in the regular season. I mentioned the Scots come in with the record of 3-8. They have victories over Henry Sibley. That was their most recent game, 3-2 on Saturday. They've also defeated Moose Lake and Waseca. Kennedy's lone win came against Minnehaha Academy, a team that that Highland Park and Central lost to Minnehaha Academy 4-3. So Kennedy without some notables tonight. They're without the Dojan twins, who are still both injured and out for the year. And a couple other players also unavailable as well, including Josh Brandt, one of the juniors. So Kennedy a little shorthanded, but in a little bit better shape than we've seen in recent weeks. Captain Carter Lansdale for Kennedy meets the trio of captains for the Scots. Their leading scorer, Charlie Eichens, 12 points on the year, including 9 goals, by far the most on the team. And on the other side for Kennedy, their leading point getter that's available in this game is Joey Workman with 11. Logan Dojan leads the team, to mention he's out for the year with that broken arm. So ready to go, let's send it down nice level. Bruce Tempe will have the starting lineups in our national anthem.
For tonight's boys varsity hockey game between the St. Paul Highland Park Scots and the Bloomington Kennedy Eagles. It's time to meet the starting lineups, beginning with our visitors from St. Paul. Starting in goal, number 31, Caden Fromm. On defense, number 9, Julius Scovolt. And number 15, Joey Jacobson. On the wings, number 10, Thomas Bradford. And number 39, Grant Howitt. And the starting center, number 42, Sammy Bohr. The assistant coaches are Brian Savage, Chad Samuelson, and Jim Funk. The head coach is Brandon Ferraro. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to meet the home team, your Kennedy Eagles. Starting in goal number 35, Luke Scopehammer. On defense, number 17, Carter Lansdale. And number 21, Connor Martin. On the wings, number 8, Joey Workman. And number 11, Parker Magnuson. And the Eagles starting center, number 29, Tyler Jost. The assistant coaches for the Eagles are Jess Johnson and Jean Morose. The head coach is Mr. Nick Hanrahan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would please ask that you would face the east end of the arena where you see the American flag, as we honor our flag and country with the playing of our national anthem.
So senior night for Kennedy about to get underway here on Rink 1. Historic Bloomington Ice Garden. The venue. A lot of Eagle parents in the stands. And they'll have a chance to meet their son on the ice, at least the seniors will. At the conclusion of this game, the Scots trying for back-to-back wins for the first time this year. Kennedy would be important for them to get off to a good start. They have been outscored 30-10 this year. Highland Park Central, they've been outscored 19-9. Kennedy in the home gold with the navy blue trim. The Scots with the black and white trim. They won the JV earlier 2-0. See goaltender there, Caden Fromm. He's a senior. On the other side, Luke Scophammer for Kennedy. He's a junior, number 35. Underway. Power play is going to be important for both teams, as both teams, for being below 500, have very good power plays, both north of 20%. We'll talk more about that as if and when a power play happens. Here's Tyler Jost. Bounces it off the wall. Carter Lansdale. The shot blocked out front, just out of the reach of Jost. It's Sammy Bohr, number 42. Sends it in at the end of the first shift of the game for the Scots. Connor Martin for Kennedy. Snaps one off, blockered aside, the first save for Fromm. Eagles will change, we'll go through their line combinations momentarily. There's Jack Manning with Kieran Hafel-Zastro on the same line with Roman Hauk, number 27. Hauk scoops it back up at neutral. Sends it back. Actually, Luke Dojan available in this game. I stand corrected. I was told before the game he's likely still out, but 22's in there for the Eagles. Great sign. This helps strengthen Kennedy's D. They really struggled on Saturday when we saw them against Providence Academy without the services of both Dojans. Here is Luke. Pounds it into Scott's territory. As the Eagles change, Clayton Deutsch on the forecheck. Trying to work free and work it out front. It gets deflected over to Cody. JD Cody on the line with Deutsch and Brennan Kevney. Young sophomore seeing his minutes go up on the second line here tonight. Luke Dojan coasts in. His shot deflects to the half wall. Kevney. Cody and Deutsch battling for it. Works free to Deutsch. Off the wall for Cody on the cycle. We'll see Brennan Kevney's brother as well, Alex Kevney for Kennedy, number 18. Pass toward Brennan. Good zone time here for the Eagles. And a steal by Brennan. Right on, and the shot fought off by Fromm. Lansdale fires, and that one caught out of the air by Fromm. So Kennedy with the first 3 shots on goal in this game with a strong start. And they got on the forecheck, did this line. Clayton Deutsch, JD Cody, and Brennan Kevney. That's the second line. We already mentioned the third line. Top line for Kennedy, Workman, Jost, Magnuson. They're out there now. Joey Workman, one of those seniors we'll talk about as this game goes on. And the big man, Jost, sends it back to the point. Tate Christensen, Jost. Alex Kevney, his wrister scores! Kennedy with the lead on the first goal of the season and first of his career for Alex Kevney on senior night. How about that? And Kennedy will keep that puck. Your senior Alex Kevney's been on the varsity for a while, never lit the lamp. What a time to do it for Kennedy. Great stuff and a great start for the Eagles. As Kevney, playing with some confidence, rubs that rush out. It's Parker Magnuson who leads Kennedy in goals this year with 8. To Jost, he snaps one off just wide. Top line buzzing already for the Eagles. Swatted at. Workman has to touch up. This is Jacob Bell for the Scots. Couldn't quite get it on net. Breakout pass. Collected by Jack Manning. Nice move by Manning to the forehand. And the rebound. Played out front. Sprom got a piece of it. Charlie Eichens trying to find a place to go. Stolen by Hateful Zestro, and he scores! Another senior on senior night. We saw this 24 hours ago for Jefferson. Every single point accounted for by the Jaguars last night were by seniors, and Kennedy's writing the same script. Hateful Zastro tells the official point to that thing, it's in. Unassisted. 2-0. Less than 5 minutes in. Couldn't dream it up any better for Nick Hanrahan and the Eagle bench this start. Eagles looking for more. It's Cody with Deutsch on his right. Hops around to check. He'll be there first. Play it. Deutsch swings. It's lodged up there on the side of the net and located by Fromm, who will cover it. The Kennedy Eagles 6 shots on goal already. Caden Fromm, a rough start. His numbers this year, 2-8 record, 89% save percentage, 4.35 goals against. To be fair, that first shot was just a rocket by Kevney just under the bar, and then his teammates gave it away right in front of him for the second goal. Here's Joe circling to Workman! That may have hit the post. Workman has it back. Luke Dojan, wrister, into the glove of Fromm. Another great chance for Kennedy. And it was the big man dishing it in front to Workman. Actually hit a stick out front. That's why it caromed awkwardly. Workman, I think, would like to have that back. More times than not, he's going to put that one away as that shot hits the base of the net. Kennedy swarming in this first period. Jost, good physical play. Workman digs it free. Magnuson heads to the front of the net. Jost after it in a puck battle with Javier Hamlin, senior. Hamlin now in a battle with Magnuson. It comes free to Martin. Kicked out. Manning rebound. Saved by Fromm. Kennedy everywhere in this first period. Already double-digit shots on goal as Lansdale holds the zone. Finally cleared by the Scots, but Connor Martin is right there. D to D, Lansdale pass, almost on the tape of Hateful Zastro. Scooped up Connor Martin. He flies into the zone. Martin wrister off the crossbar. Good heavens. Scopehammer collects a long distance save for the second shot on goal for the Scots. Kennedy easily could already have 4 tonight. That shot by Workman he would normally put in, and that last one by Martin off the post. Inspired Kennedy team tonight. Looking at some of the scores for these teams this year, I expected this to be a pretty even game. It still might turn out to be, but all Kennedy so far. Roman Hauk walls off a defender and finds Hafel Zastro, dumps it in. Hauk swings at it at the near post and just missed. JD Cody throws his weight around as that puck forced out front. It's Hauk turns and fires, that's blocked. Hauk tried to feed it back to Dojan at the point, and all the Scots can do is ice it right there. 9:18 left in the first. All Kennedy nearly made it 3-0 on this wrister from Connor Martin. Actually may have hit the outside of the post, but high enough where it looked like it may have been crossbar. Either way, Kennedy inches away from a 3-0 lead. Here's a turnover caused by Cody. Held on the back pedal by Deutsch. Cody picks it up in the corner. Tried to feed it out to the point and ends up getting there eventually to Noah Thornburg. Is that shot rebounded out front to Brennan Kevney, who throws it off the side of the net. Cody over for a look and finally collected and cleared by the Scots as they rush up quickly. It's Mitchell. Or correction, that was 42 Sammy Bohr, not Mitchell. Eventually frozen by Skopehammer midway through the first period. Top line back out for the Eagles. Eichens, leading scorer. Quiet so far for the Scots, trying to make some noise. Eichens around to check. Eichens looks out front, and that pass went through everybody. Charging after it, Parker Magnuson. The forecheck for Kennedy. Back for Eichens. Off the wall, got it to Bell. And it's offside at the line with 8:06 remaining in the first period. Alex Kevney, the first goal of his career. Plans to go to Dakota County Technical College next year. Great to see him light the lamp for the first time for Kennedy. Tripped up Tate Christensen, no call. Loose in front, Skopehammer dives out to get a piece of it as net goes spinning around. Skopehammer staying low. It'll take a minute to fix that net. There's the Scots bench, their head coach Brandon Ferraro. Conglomerate of St. Paul Highland Park and St. Paul Central High Schools combining to create the Scots Hockey Club. Shots a little bit more even now, 11-4. The last 3 shots on goal have gone way of the Scots. Trying to locate a Jack Manning as it plinkos around down there. Now Roman Hauk has Clayton Deutsch with him, or correction, Hafel Zastro. He's rubbed up in the wall and a nice hit by Mitchell. Cucurella couldn't clear as it was sent right on by Lansdale. Sticked aside by Fromm. 12th shot on goal for Kennedy. On pace for north of 20 shots on goal in this period, the Eagles. Mentioned common opponents. They both played Minneapolis. Highland Park Central lost 2-0. Kennedy played Minneapolis as well, lost 9-1. So I was mentioning, I did not expect Kennedy to have this first period be so tilted. Both have played Minnehaha Academy in a close game. Kennedy won by 1. The Scots lost by 1 as Deutsch is offside at the line. So those are some of the common opponents. The last 2 opponents both have played the Scots. Simley beat them 2-1, and Sibley, who Kennedy will play on the road on Thursday, lost to the Scots. So both those games figure to be good ones as well. Close out the Kennedy season. Here's Luke Dozian, wrister, high into the rafters. And over the net, out of play, out of the rink. Top line back out for Kennedy. Hamlin trying to clear over on the far boards. And Hamlin makes his way to center. Alex Kevney keeps it on the perimeter to Magnuson. He slides it over to Jost. Jost will survey the ice. Kevney up ahead on the half wall, Magnuson. Scott's starting to make it a little bit more difficult for Kennedy to exit the zone as they turn it over at neutral. It's Bell. Bell wrister. Corralled by Skopehammer. The numbers for the junior goaltender for Kennedy, 1-6 record, 6.37 goals against, save percentage 82.8. Able to avoid a rebound there, Skopehammer. Jost wins the draw back to Martin. Around the wall, Magnuson. Dumps it in to enemy territory. Workman charges after it. Jost now. Couldn't avoid that check from Mitchell. It's at center. Martin plays it back in the zone. Kennedy needs to touch up. This is Wyatt Strum, one of 2 Strum twins, we presume. The other is 26 Gavin Strum. They're both seniors. Played back into Scott's territory. It's Jack Manning working hard. Kennedy just winning races and board battles right now. So Scots will ice it again. 5:03 left in the period. So we had Alex Kevney score a goal, and then we had Kieran Hafel-Zastro score. He's planning to go to Carthage College next year to play lacrosse. We'll see him in the spring for Eagle Lacrosse. Here is Hafel-Zastro, threw it on net, looking for lightning in a bottle, but it was sticked away by Fromm. Hauk, unable to maneuver past the red line, collected by Tate Christensen, thrown away. Skov Holt, delayed offsides on the visitors. Free clear for Christensen and Kennedy. Hauk hits the red line, sends it in at the end of a shift. Scott's needing to change as well. A lot of ice for Lansdale, fanned on the pass ahead for Deutsch. So Alex Kevney backtracks in his own zone, off the wall to his younger brother Brennan. Lansdale had it poke checked away, a turnover with a wrister blocked by Alex Kevney. Zone exits a little bit more difficult for Kennedy, as I mentioned. The Scots certainly has upped their level of play in the back half of this period, but they gave up 2 early ones. Deutsch collects on the tape to Brennan Kevney. Tips it around the defender, charges after it. Deutsch. A board battle won by Hamlin. High off the wall, gloved and dropped by Martin in front. Deutsch may have gotten a piece of it, hit off the stick of Fromm and bounced high in the air. Here's Eichens. Deflected by Dozhin with 3 minutes left in the period. Dozhin nearly a disastrous turnover. Long pass on target to Workman. Joey Workman in to the backhand. Snuffed out by Fromm and the rebound. Behind the net to Jost. Great save by Fromm, maybe his best of the period. Magnuson on net. That was a good move from Joey Workman to work around both defenders. You see his ability. Joey again in transition. Tried to squeeze around that check but could not. Collects it on the half wall for Parker Magnuson. Tied up by Bohr. Lifted toward the line. Hit the skate of Kevney as it's pushed to center. Magnuson kicks it back into enemy territory with 2 minutes to play. There's a backhand toward the middle. Caught by Skopehammer before any further damage. Another chance for Joey Workman. Fromm getting out just enough to cut down that angle. Great move from the senior. Icing on Hafel Zastro for Kennedy. Again, senior day ceremony at the conclusion of the game, so stick around for that. All the friends and relatives watching from long distance. Skopehammer needs to collect that quickly. Shoved out by Alex Kevney to the point. Played to the corner, Kevney is there, had it poked away, and a shot from just outside the circle misses high. Hafel Zastro. Charges ahead, checks toward the middle for some options. Separated from the puck. Bradford backhands it around. Long distance shot, Skopehammer. Gloves and drops. With now a minute to play, as that one will go onside to, or on net to avoid the icing. But it'll be icing on the other side with 54.9 seconds remaining. Great first period for Kennedy. Look at the shots, 16 of them. Doubling up the Scots. Some of the Eagle parents there taking part in the senior night ceremony later on. Top line out for the last time in the period. They've done their fair share of damage already. D-to-D pass here for the Scots. Bell collects back in his own zone, watched by Jost. Jost forces a turnover. Waits for his D-men to support, slides it to Lansdale. Lansdale with Magnuson in front. Pad save by Fromm. Now Jost fires, or correction, that was Workman. That misses high with 10 seconds in the period. Martin lost control of it, slides it for Parker Magnuson with 5 to go. He'll backhand it around for Jost, but the Eagles are going to run out of time as this first period ends. What a period it was for Kennedy. On senior night, both goals scored by seniors. First career goal for Alex Kevney. And then Hafel Zastro. A turnover forced out front and an unassisted goal. The Eagles pile up 17 shots and lead this 2-0. So we've reached our first intermission break. Much more to come here around on the other side. Kennedy trying for their second win of the year. Time for us to go to break as we'll see you on the other side of the break for the second period. You're watching Kennedy Hockey on BEC-TV and MNHockey.tv.
You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light in the dark, smile in my face when we all know it's hard. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now, know that you matter.
Back for the second period here at the Bloomington Ice Garden. Kennedy leading the Scots of Highland Park and St. Paul Central 2-0. Josh Powers alongside our crew here on BEC-TV and MNHockey.tv. What a great start for Kennedy as they try to get just their second win of the season here on senior night, and there was a pair of seniors scoring for Kennedy as we roll the highlights from a productive period, to say the least, for the Eagles, with 17 shots on goal as well. They were swarming, especially in that first 7 minutes. Plenty of opportunities. Probably could have found the net 4 times. There's the first career goal for Alex Kevney. More from Kennedy. Nice move from Jack Manning. Right on to Fromm, who was busy in the first. Then the steal and the finish. Hateful Zastro. Fromm got a piece of it, but not enough. More from the Eagles. That shot ricochets off the post by Connor Martin. Then the Scots started to play better the back half of the period. Ended with 8 shots on goal. After at one point it was 11-1. Here was a good look, smothered by Scopehammer. More from Kennedy. Workman nearly getting one past Fromm, one of his better saves, perhaps his best save of the period. Some of the Scots fans there open for a better second period from their standpoint. And the Eagle parents, some of them there, have to be delighted. I ran into, by the way, a couple of the seniors. We honored them in the JV already. They'll be part of that senior night coming up at the conclusion of the game. Certainly a happy Eagle coaching staff there, led by Nick Hanahan, no doubt. But ran into AJ Savage. He and Connor Martin plan to move down to Florida to start a real estate business. So good luck to them. I said, why Florida? Said, the weather? AJ said, basically, yeah, we went down there a few weeks ago, loved it, didn't want to leave, so why not? No more negative 20-degree days like we had about a month ago. Feels like Florida weather outside, at least earlier today it did. Temperatures in the mid-60s here in the Twin Cities area. Not often. I was thinking, what do I wear? Normally I might put on shorts and a t-shirt, then I realize I'm going inside a ice rink. Maybe not the best decision. Of course, the season doesn't usually leak into March, but pushed back a bit due to COVID. You see both teams out. Fromm hoping that the other end of the rink to be a little bit nicer to him than where Luke Scopehammer is now. Visitors started to get some momentum back and some dangerous chances in the back half of the period. I think Kennedy surprised Highland Park and Central in that first period. They gave great effort, maybe the best effort we've seen all year from Kennedy, at least the games we've done. The Eagles lead by 2 as we head into period 2. Parker Magnuson quickly on the forecheck, but couldn't keep his balance. The Scots break it the other way. This is Sammy Bohr. Rubbed out of that play. Bohr, one of the faster Scots. Swiped that by Kennedy, not out of the zone yet. Pass hits Bohr in the back. Martin will head behind the Kennedy net. Nice move to get around a couple players. Connor Martin, remember, hit that post back in the first. Dumps it in. Magnuson heads for it. Now Jost trying to use that big 6'4" frame. Magnuson deciding what to do. He'll keep it along the wall for Jost. Jost out front, but Workman had headed toward him near the corner. Caught and sent in by Workman at the end of a shift. He said Martin could have played it. Tried to act like it was out of his reach, but I think it wasn't. Jack Manning picks up a loose puck. heads the other way. 3-on-3, snaps one off. Easy glove save for Fromm. Now with 16 saves. First shot on goal for Kennedy in the period. Manning's had some nice moments in this game already. Only a junior. Hamlin sends it most of the way down. Hayfel Zastro can pick it up clean along the wall. Now pokes at it. No further than Jack Malik. We saw his younger brother in the JV. The Scots won 2-0 in that game. Mitchell retreats in his own end. D to Malik off the end of his stick over to Hamlin. Hamlin behind the net. Good pressure here from Kennedy, making things difficult, forcing a bad pass. Brennan Kevney just unable to get there. Luke Dojan glides back in his own zone. Great to have 22 back in Kennedy blue and gold. Cody can't get it past the line, has a second try, and this time able to get it through neutral. Luke Dojan aggressively up the defenseman on the forecheck. He'll retreat now that he's got some help. Deutsch holds. Pitched forked around to the other side to Mitchell. Brennan Kevney over there on the forecheck, along with Deutsch. Pried free by Brennan Kevney. In front, he was looking for J.D. Cody, but he was all tangled up. And iced by the visitors. Good shift there by the Kennedy second line. Some guys like Cody and Kevney, who earlier this year were playing on the JV, now on the Kennedy second line, making some big impacts. And a nice shift right there. Both in just their 10th career game in the varsity. And obviously, Kennedy's played more than that. Speaks that they've started on the JV and now on the varsity level. Adapting quite nicely. Jost tangled up, turned it over, but that pass hit the back of the net. Bohr pries it free. Blocker save from Skopehammer. His first save of the period. Workman to Jost. Again, can't exit the zone. Big rebound given up by Skopehammer, scooped up by the captain, Carter Lansdale. Now Kennedy has it free. It's Workman, snaps one off and misses high. There's a chance from Noah Thornburg, another guy. Just his 7th career game, a guy we saw in the JV earlier, 16 in gold. As a drive from the point right on, turned aside by Fromm. Visitors back the other way. Skopehammer collects it. It was Eichens, leading scorer for the Scots. 9 goals and 3 assists this year. Trying to get involved. Skopehammer holding strong there on that post. As Hamlin came in for his second peek. Flying Jack Manning blocked that potential shot from Malik. This game settling in, a pretty neutral start. Remember how Kennedy was so dominant the first 7 minutes. It's been pretty even since, but Kennedy paid off that strong performance at the start of the game with those 2 goals. It's Eichens. Backhands it down low. Toward the middle, good work by Tate Christensen to rough up Jacob Bell. Manning tries to go up the middle, tripped, no call. Yet to have a penalty in this game as Hauk turns it over. It's Hamlin waiting for some support. They were changing behind him, drops it down low to Cucurella. Andrew Cucurella loses control, but picks it back up. Gets it to teammate Leo Brock. Good shift here for the Scots. A lot of zone time, but no good opportunities yet. Unable to collect it there, Joey Jacobson. Plays it right back into the territory as Hauk almost sprung on a breakaway. And they're gonna get Hauk with a penalty. Wow. Kennedy was tripped out front moments ago, and it's gonna be a slashing call on Roman Hauk. I don't know if I agree with this. Well, it's a little late. Hauk frustrated. Kennedy, the last thing you need is a penalty like that. A tough one, but not needed. Eagles do clear. We mentioned power plays is our first chance. 21.1% for Highland Park. Pretty good for a team with a 3-8 record. And you look on the other side, the penalty kill has been such a struggle for Kennedy. 52.8%. A big chance for the visitors to get momentum now. As it's Bohr, pries it off the wall, sends it back to the point. Mitchell fires a wrister, hit traffic out front. Thomas Bradford up and out of play. 1:28 remaining in the game's first power play. Back for it, Alex Kevney has a chance to clear here before the Scots get settled, but he didn't get all of it. Bohr plays it across. Good stick by Hafel Zastro. Deflects it all the way down, and he'll chase it down and hold as long as he can. Already midway through the power play. Up ahead, Bohr. Plays it down low, looking for Bell, but the pass is too far. Lansdale off the wall, and it trickles to center. Poked at again by Carter Lansdale. As Magnuson over for a pressure against Skoholt. Caught there by Bell. Wrist shot well wide. Half a minute remaining in the power play. Here's Hamlin. Take it away. Good stick in the corner. Tyler Jost getting it done. Magnuson shorthanded. Couldn't work free from both Scots players down there, but now just a dozen seconds left of power play time. Hamlin works his way around Jost, watched by Kevney. Hamlin coasts it and plays it back to the point. Long distance drive, hit traffic out front. Hamlin with a shot, blocked by Alex Kevney. Hauk out of the box. Ishins has it poked away by Jost as the Scots now 0 for 1 on the power play. Luke Dojan finds Workman, has some room, back to Dojan. And good back check by the visitors now, possible odd man rush. It's Bell, backhands it across, Kennedy there. Good job by Cody to get off the bench quickly. Workman has it tipped away. As we've reached the midway point of this hockey game, Kennedy continues to lead 2-0. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. Clayton Deutsch with a turnover. Out front to Brennan Kevney, didn't get all of it. It's behind the net. Deutsch from a bad angle. And now Lansdale. This line is played well. Lansdale smothered by Fromm. With 8:06 remaining. Deutsch, Cody, Brennan, this line has been a difference maker, even though they haven't scored. Josh Powers alongside our crew as we're a little more than midway through this game on senior night. Kennedy trying for just its second win of the year. 2 early first period goals have held up so far. There's another turnover. Brennan Kevney swats it to the corner. Deutsch now. For Kevney in front. Joining was Cody, but sticked away by goaltender Fromm. who's made 20 saves. JD. Deflected puck high in the air. Cody plays it to Deutsch. Kevney heads the other way, off the wall. Brennan Kevney tries to get to the backhand. Good defensive play. Joey Jacobson erases the scoring chance. That's the ability of Kevney, just in his 11th game here this year as a sophomore, showing a lot of confidence from a guy who was mostly on the JV until later on in the year. Inspired by his older brother's first career goal, no doubt, earlier in this game. Swept away by Luke Dozhin onto the stick of Joey Workman. Around a Scots defender. Backhands it out front for Magnuson. He couldn't find the handle on the backhand, and it's tipped past Jost at the point. Dozhin racing back, and he tips it away cleanly. Although the puck's still in the zone, shot wide as we have a whistle. That attempt by Grant Howitt. Good stick by, or Luke Dozhin actually got it with the skate. As a couple of players go flying into the wall. Howitt misses that one wide. Just 11 shots on goal. St. Paul Highland Park, St. Paul Central. Tyler Jost carried himself. The big man motoring, drawing a penalty. Kennedy will go on the power play for the first time. And we talked about the strong numbers for the Scots on the power play. Kennedy for a 1-13 team. It's correction, 1-14, but not because of their power play. 25% this year. And it's only gone down in recent games because they've been without a couple of their big power play guys in the Dozhin brothers. First chance here as Lansdale's shot misses wide. Jost charges after the rebound, along with Magnuson, Deutsch, and Workman. Joey, top of the zone. Jost moving in. Line drive into the bread basket. Goaltender Caden Fromm. Another look at the penalty. Jost. Good effort, good motor. Got to the spot he needed to get to draw that penalty. Back for it, the captain, Carter Lansdale, is going to play college soccer next year at UW Superior. Goaltender for Kennedy. Imagine that would be his spot when he gets to the college level as well. He was certainly one of the best goalies in the Metro West that we saw this year. Clayton Deutsch moving in! And corralled by Fromm. That was a nice save without allowing a rebound as Deutsch on a sharp angle. Watch Fromm, look at him hug that post. Good positioning from the senior goaltender. 5.5 minutes remaining in the period, a minute 10 still running in the power play. Kennedy keeps the same group out there. Joe shovels it across, Lansdale drive, rebound, they score! It's Deutsch for a 3-0 lead.
13-29-17.
Third goal of the season and career for Clayton Deutsch, as he just had enough angle, and I think that went off the stick of Fromm, who was adjacent to that far post. That's where the initial shot came from. Clayton Deutsch gives Kennedy a 3-0 advantage. And the power play for Kennedy strikes again. Andrew Cucurella drops it back, nobody there. Scooped up by Manning. Kevin Sturm helps keep it in. It's Cucurella after it, poked there by Alex Kevney. Cucurella in front. Good save by Skopehammer, having to get down there quickly. And now Hafel Zastro flips it past a defender, and an easy glove save for Fromm with 4:42 remaining in the period. Another look, the power play goal for Clayton Deutsch. As it caroms around, Deutsch, actually it didn't go off the stick of Fromm, it went off the, oh, that looked a little controversial. The official was very adamant about it. We'll try to fire up that replay one more time, maybe slow that down, but 3-0 nonetheless for Kennedy. Can't take it off the board now as Hamlin plays it across. Lansdale to neutral, picked off there by Mitchell, and the visitors head the other way. Stick save, Skopehammer. It's Bell behind the net, dishes it to the point. Winding and firing, rebound, Skopehammer just shoves it out of there the last instant. It's Kennedy scrambling a bit. Good response by the Scots. Under 4 to go now in the second period. Tape to tape, Workman to Magnuson. Back for Workman, but not much of a chance there to complete that pass. One more look. It's gonna hit the defenseman's stick. I believe that's 41 Rubish. Right there, up in the air, and it does look like, the where the glove is of Fromm, it does look like that was at least across the line when he caught it. Maybe we'll slow that down one more time. Good work by our crew led by Paul Fournier. But you could see that glove stretched out. It's tough to tell from that angle, but given that the official was right there, I think probably correctly ruled. Remember, it doesn't have to land on the ice to be considered a goal. It just has to break the plane, the whole puck breaking the plane of that line. Turnover by Kennedy. Bohr throws it toward the net. Skopehammer steers it behind the net. Workman off the wall to Hauk. Touches it to center. Good soft touch there from Roman Hauk. And backhands it the rest of the way. Pays the price though on a hard check. Hauk back again. Can't get it past the red line. Dumped in by Cucurella. Hard battles along the wall right now. Both these teams challenging everything. This is Sturm. Wyatt Sturm, one of the two twins. Shot misses wide, gathered by Joey Workman. He'll slide it across to Hauk. And we have a whistle behind the play. Go to another angle of this. This is gonna be probably our best look. If we, there, clearly in the goal there. Maybe we can back that up one more time, but certainly when you look at that angle, great look by our crew as well. That one, most definitely a goal for Kennedy. As we'll maybe get back to that replay, but a definitive look there. Great job again by our volunteer BEC-TV crew. As Kennedy wanting a penalty, but I think a good no call there on Deutsch. Brennan Kevney. Off the wall, it's toward Cody, couldn't get a stick on it. Bell collects and fires wide. A goal would be big here for the visitors in the final 90 of the period. Skovholt keeps it in! And a quick save off a shot by Hamlin by Skopehammer. Shots for the visitors starting to pile up to 17 now. 9 in this period. Kennedy also with 9. It's deflected, they wave off icing with a minute to play in the period. Tyler Jost, dangerous maneuver, but saw the window to get it done, and now Workman leaking ahead from the circle. Saved by Fromm. Workman out front. Comes to Lansdale at the point. He got held up as Joe circles back at center. Martin back up ahead. Workman erased on a nice check at the blue line. Here's Bohr. He fires wide with a half minute to play in the period. Getting his stick toward it. Howitt right on a shoulder save for Skopehammer. Here's Mitchell. He'll dump it into the corner with 15 to go. Bohr making moves. Kennedy doesn't want to make a mistake now. So they try to keep it along the wall. The final 6 seconds. Martin dishes to Hafel Zastro. Kennedy will take a 3-0 lead into the third period. Power play goal from Clayton Deutsch. The only goal of the period. And the Eagles' lead increases from 2 to 3 on senior night. Kennedy trying to close out win number 2 on the year. We'll be back for it on the other side. You're watching Eagle Hockey on BEC-TV and MNHockey.tv.
About the spread of coronavirus. Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others.
For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.
The all-important third period upcoming here at the Bloomington Ice Garden. Kennedy leading 3-0 on senior night, but still 17 more minutes before they can celebrate with a senior night win. Alongside our crew, Josh Powers with you on BEC-TV and MNHockey.tv. The story keeps getting better for Kennedy and led 2-0 after one, now 3-0 over the Scots. Let's take a look at the highlights from the second period. Kennedy outshooting the Scots 10-9 in that period. Early chance for Jack Manning. 24 saves now for goaltender Caden Fromm. Luke Skophammer was tested, but so far he's passed every test. 17 saves, including that blocker save. Holding firm against the leading scorer Ishins there on that far post. Alex Kevney helping to block a shot. I ran into Alex, congratulated him on the goal. He had just a giant smile on his face. And will probably only continue to grow as the night wears on, and Kennedy can continue to play on the lead. Good defense there from Luke Dojan. Still resulted in a scoring chance though for the visitors. And then Kennedy would get a power play. There's a chance from Clayton Deutsch. Here's that power play, drawing play by Tyler Jost, and then Clayton Deutsch. And you can see there on the rebound, having to reach back into that. It was a good call, a good look by our crew. To the overhead look, wasn't as conclusive, but certainly a goal there for Kennedy to end all doubt about it. And the Eagles lead 3-0. We had a senior night win a night ago for Jefferson. This one has a very similar feel to it. A night ago, two pretty even teams. Bunch of seniors for Jefferson chipped in and won a big hockey game, and the same is happening so far, but still 17 minutes for that team to change the script. Nick Hanrahan and company hoping for win number 2. We'll have Kennedy again on Saturday against Simley, part of our final Hockey Saturday in Bloomington of the year. A lengthy players discussion down by the goaltender Fromm for the Scots, and now they're ready to go. Third period of senior night underway as Tyler Jost bats it into Scots territory. Jost picks it up along the wall, sends it out front, and Martin drive. That hit traffic. Magnuson continues to put the pressure on. Now the visitors emerge. Combination of St. Paul Highland Park and St. Paul Central High Schools. Joey Workman works it free. Tried to slip it to Magnuson. Maybe they were too close together. Magnuson for Jost. Poked back to Martin, who blasts one on net. Rebound covered quickly by Fromm. A good opening shift for Kennedy. Need about 25 more of those shifts, and a play like that, they'll go on to win this game. Alex Kevney holds the line. Hafel Zastro along with Jack Manning. Playing it loose though is Hamlin on a nice stick. He sends it up ahead. It's Jack Malik who sends it right on to Luke Skophammer, his first save of the period. Skophammer, a 1-6 career record. This is, or 2-6 career record, excuse me. Start number 9 for him. Some of these seniors have played a lot of games for Kennedy. You look at the defensively, Connor Martin with 68 now, including tonight. Carter Lansdale, 63rd game. Same with Joey Lansdale 65, Workman 63. Career games for Kennedy. Manning on the draw. Hauk sends it toward the net, but it misses wide. Cucurella hit into the wall by Manning. Just one power play for each team in this game. Kennedy connected on theirs. Scots did not, of course. Skopehammer deflects to the corner. Around the wall, Martin swings at it, and it squeezes past the line, so the Scots will have to touch up. So 2 minutes into this third period. Brennan Kevney was turned back, now takes it at neutral. Stolen by the Scots as they head the other way. Winding and firing was Bohr, but Kennedy got a piece of it defensively. Brennan Kevney backhand corralled by Hamlin. His shot blocked not once but twice by Luke Dojan. And now Alex Kevney showing you some offensive skills for the defenseman. Drops it back to his little brother Brennan, and the shot didn't get all the way through. Alex Kevney ahead to Deutsch, collects, backhands it toward the net, a bouncing puck, handled by Fromm. Just over 14 minutes left. Joey Workman, we talked about him, he's gonna go to college next year. He's not sure where yet. Still narrowing down some options. Talked about Alec Chamberlain a little bit in the JV game. He's planning to play golf next year at the college level, not sure where yet. So we have a penalty coming on Kennedy. A power play chance for the Scots upcoming. It's touched up by Dojan. So this is one way to get back into a hockey game, get on the man advantage. Only the second one of the night. It's a slashing call on Parker Magnuson. Mentioned Kennedy just over 50% on the penalty kill for the season. The Scots power play north of 20. Certainly a numbers advantage as the shot by Bell blocked and then gathered on the rebound by Skopehammer. '19th shot on goal for the visitors. Skopehammer trying to see through that screen by Hamlin. Scots win the draw as that slides through the crease, picked up by Eichens. Drops it down low. Short angle shot off the shoulder of Skopehammer. That did not miss by much. And it gets by the blue line. Having to hustle back is Malik. Hauk will get there first. Hauk out front, shorthanded. And a stick save by Fromm. Hauk just went after that puck more aggressively. Here's Mitchell. His drive deflected wide. Hauk swings, but Hamlin holds the zone. Cross ice. It's Malik. Blocked away by Alex Kevney midway through the power play. Behind the back pass. Did not fool Hauk. What a shift for Roman Hauk. Doing the job on the PK. Now Joe shovels it back to Dojan. He'll send it all the way down. 35 to go in an important power play for the visitors. Sammy Bohr will head the other way. Pass off target, collected there by Howitt as he enters the zone. 15 to go in the penalty. Jost around the wall, there it goes again. Kennedy's gonna kill off the second power play for the Scots. as they're back to even strength with 11:50 remaining, still leading by 3. Bohr around to check, and the shot misses wide. Good balance by Sammy Bohr to stay on his skates there and get that shot off. Dojan flips it in. Magnuson now. Workman helps him. Joey Workman behind the net. Out front, Magnuson. Lansdale sends it across. Martin's shot fought off with a rebound to Magnuson. His stick was tied up nicely there by Bohr defensively. Here's Workman poking at it. And Fromm holds tight to that post. So Kennedy responds with some chances after they kill off that penalty. Magnuson couldn't get that stick underneath the glove of Fromm. As the Eagles win the draw, dangerous pass, but it's on target to Lansdale. Here's J.D. Cody down low. Gavin Strum plays it up ahead and dumped in by Rubish. The icing here on the Eagles. So pass was a little too tall for Clayton Deutsch. 10:40 remaining in the third. Reminder, stick around after the game. We'll have the senior night ceremony for you. There's Sammy Bohr with some good moves and good balance and did not miss by much. From the top of the zone, Ishins just not able to get anything going tonight, their leading scorer, with 9 of them on the year. Remember, the Scots have only played 11 games prior to tonight, so he was averaging almost a goal a game. Kennedy's done well on him. Hamlin hit into the wall by Martin as Kennedy clears again. It's Haffel-Zastro. And now Haupt tried to get it out front to Haffel-Zastro. Ahead to Ishins, but deflected back to Jacob Bell. Back to the point, Mitchell misses high and wide. Jacobson, aggressive hold along the half wall. Tate Christensen. Haffel-Zastro's been out there for a while. Looked a little tired, couldn't collect that pass. But Kennedy clears anyway. This will be icing though. It's not a bad result. Icings at this stage. Rather that than a disastrous turnover in your own zone. There was that drive by Mitchell a moment ago. Under 10 minutes left. Kennedy, a team allowing 6.87 goals per game this year. And so far, shutting out the Scots. Alex Kevney. Nice catch by Tyler Jost, and now Parker Magnuson. Could not quite get around Skoholt. Jost regroups. Workman. Good hit there by Rubish. Rubish back to play it, along with Skoholt, who emerges. Nice catch by Joey Workman to Jost! And it was blocked. Jost on the rebound, he scores! It's 4-0 now as the big man with a big time goal.
29 from 11 and 8. 29? Yeah.
And appropriate, they give a second assist to Workman. He made that play happen with a terrific keep in. And before Fromm could recover, Tyler Jost backhands it, the back of the net. Kennedy looking for more, it's Deutsch! As the net pops free. And what do they say about Joey Workman? They gave us some bios. They said he's dazzled us with his stick handling over his career, and certainly that came into play on that great keep in. Saw the tail end of it there. That started this eventual goal by Tyler Jost. 23rd career goal for Tyler Jost, most active on the team. He's only a junior. And a seemingly insurmountable lead now for Kennedy, ahead by 4. It feels like I'm watching the same game as last night, which Jefferson won 4-0 on their senior night. And it could not be any more similar games than this. And great performance certainly on the Jaguars last night, and Kennedy tonight making all the plays. Under 8 minutes remaining. Visitors keep it in. It's Luke Dojan. And don't overstate his importance. Having him back in the lineup defensively for Kennedy certainly helps. Hayfel Zastro stays on side. Mitchell first to play it. He got roughed up by Hauk. Bell now. Pass caroms into Kennedy territory. Hamlin first there, out front. Hayfel Zastro tied up his man. Mitchell fires, it's blocked by Hayfel Zastro. Eichen's in front, redirected by Luke Dojan. But it bounces over to Bell, and then swatted out of there by Alex Kevney. Scopehammer just got a piece of that drive. Eichen's back in front, collected by Manning, who gave it away to Hamlin. His shot saved by Scopehammer. Kennedy can't clear again. Alex Kevney will try to do the trick. Swats it ahead, but not out as Jacobson fires off of a teammate. Played down low by Malik. Good shift for the visitors, but time dwindling and still 4 goals to get. Kennedy will ice it, not a bad idea. Some tired legs. Exit the ice. Good traffic, but just Kennedy in the right spot, blocking shots, getting in the way. You don't want to be too unaggressive if you're Kennedy, but certainly packing it in when the visitors have momentum like that on a shift is not a bad call. Here's Connor Martin along the wall. Magnuson. Aggressive keep-in try. It just squeezes past the point. Here's a near turnover as it bounces to Joey Workman. Ahead Magnuson and now Jost. Jost good at the line. Gets around one check, but not the second as he's hit along the wall. Martin holds across to Lansdale. Lansdale fires. It was directed back toward the corner for Jost, and now Workman. Nobody in front. Workman trying to wait till somebody can get toward the net, and now a penalty on Tyler Jost. Will put St. Paul Highland Park and St. Paul Central back on the power play. It's a cross-checking call on Jost. Pretty easy call here, as certainly Jacobson spun away from that quickly enough to draw the penalty. So the time is now for the Scots. Kennedy starts off the penalty kill on the right way with an easy clear. And Roman Hauk who's been a menace on the penalty kill, to Hefel Zastro for a drive, but Fromm collects it. Roman Hauk against 4 Scots right there on the PK, threads it out front. Pounded wide by Dojin with under 5 minutes to play now. Gavin Strum plays it in. Dojin will be first there. He's contacted, slides to the ice. Brock stumbling. That looked awkward and he turned it over. It's Hauk again. Hauk on the backhand off the side of the net. Picked up by Hauk. He's everywhere. Midway through the power play, another great penalty kill from Roman Hauk. As he heads to the bench, Gavin Strum lifts it in. Back toward the point for Jacobson. Didn't get all the way through. Sammy Bohr was there. Now Jacobson fires. Skopehammer kicks that aside. Magnuson, great touch, just waved at it and got a piece of it. 25 to go in the power play. As Bohr spins away from Magnuson, it's shoveled to center, but there to play it, Connor Martin. And frozen by Fromm to force a face-off in the Scots end with 12 seconds remaining of the power play, and now just over 3.5 minutes away from a celebration for Kennedy on senior night. Roman Hauk, a difference maker on the PK for Kennedy in this game. What a job he has done. Oh, and under the stick of Ishins, it's been a frustrating night for the leading scorer. And an icing, just 2 seconds remaining in the power play. We'll see Kennedy one more time on Saturday against Simley, a team that the Scots lost to earlier this year 2-1. Scots now 0 for 2 on the power play. As Hamlin has it deflect back to Parker Magnuson. Workman lifts it, but a little too high on the lift as it caroms off one of the rafters. We'll have the senior night ceremony, hopefully a celebration as well. The conclusion of the third period, so you're gonna wanna stick around for that, Kennedy fans watching this one. There's our Saturday schedule. Kennedy boys starting at 1 with the JV, and then Jaguar boys take over at about 5:45. Final hockey Saturday in Bloomington. Under 3 minutes to go. We said it last night. Now the only question really for this game is, can Kennedy complete the shutout? As Deutsch, I think he was kind of hit in the back into goaltender Fromm there. I don't think he meant to do that at all. Watch right there. He's shoved right into the goaltender by Rubish. Rubish backhands it around. Through center, too far for Strum to play it. And now it's J.D. Cody on the half wall. Centered it out front to Brennan Kebney. And now back to Cody. Deutsch fires just wide. Another good chance by that group, and now J.D. is going to get a penalty as he roughed up Gavin Strum for no reason, or Sturm, excuse me. So back on the penalty kill go the Eagles. Interference call. Visitors look like they don't have any interest in pulling goaltender Fromm, at least yet. Maybe if they can pick one up here on the power play. Bouncing puck settled just inside the line on a drive. Blocker to the corner by Skopehammer. Eischen sends it around. Back to the point. Malik plays it across. Pass deflects over to Sammy Bohr, and a bad pass escapes the reach of Malik. Now offside at the line. Howitt in ahead of the play. 30 seconds gone by as the Scots will change. Kennedy will do the same. Workman able to win that draw, but it's played by Eichens in Kennedy territory. Mitchell, wrister, and they score. Got Skopehammer moving a little bit too far toward the near post. And the shot squeezed in behind him. I'm not sure if it was tipped out
12
front.
from 8.
It was not. It was Jackson Mitchell, the senior, with his third goal of the year. Teammates picking up Skopehammer there. I think the one that he'd like to have back, he just got moving a little bit too far. He was actually screened by his own players there. May have actually hit one of the Eagles. Tough to tell on that replay, but now a 3-goal lead. Down to just a minute 15 left. Power play goal for the Scots. So they end 1 for 3 on the penalty on the power play. Here's Hamlin, digs it out front, and that didn't miss the top corner by much by Bell. Final minute here on senior night. Malik plays it to Eichens, back to Bell, and gloved by Skopehammer. '27 saves now for Luke Skopehammer. Lansdale, the senior captain, gonna cherish this victory for sure. Jack Manning will kill a little bit more time. Now just a half minute remaining. Manning toward Hafel Zastro, taken away though, but collected by Lansdale at center. D to D with fellow senior Connor Martin. And now Jack Manning moving in. Manning saved by Fromm. That would have put the cherry on top of the sundae. Fromm just got enough of it with the shoulder save. But what a performance from Kennedy on senior night. A fast start, and they carried it throughout the course of this game as the Eagles pick up their second win of the season and make some memories here on senior night as they win at 4-1. Third period highlights. The Eagles out shooting Scots in this game 38-28. It was Luke Skopehammer. 27 saves, did let it in that one late to spoil the shutout, but played well in this game for Kennedy, and they're going to need him to continue that progress this year and next year in net for the Eagles. That was the shot that missed just wide by Sammy Bohr. Kennedy would open the scoring in this third period. Here's another long distance try by the visitors, but the big man would get involved. It's been a scoring struggle at times this year for Tyler Jost, maybe some frustrations, but gets his 4th of the year there to essentially put it away. The Scots would get one late, but Kennedy continued to pressure in the third period, even with a 4-0 lead. Roman Hauk played well on the penalty kill for Kennedy. "34 saves in total for goaltender Caden Fromm. And finally the visitors on the board late, but not nearly enough as Kennedy picks up win number 2 in a convincing 4-1 performance here tonight. We're gonna go to a quick break. Reminder, just on the other side of the break, the senior night ceremony, so stick around for it. Kennedy wins it tonight, 4-1. Back in a minute on BEC-TV. Back at the Bloomington Ice Garden, celebrating a Kennedy win tonight in convincing fashion, 4-1 over St. Paul Highland Park and St. Paul Central, the Scots. Josh Powers alongside our crew. See the boys down there getting ready for senior night ceremony. Parents are starting to line up over on the west side of the rink to the left of your screen. And they'll honor the seniors. Captain Carter Lansdale is going to be headed to UW Superior for soccer as a goalie next year. Joey Workman is going to go to college somewhere, still narrowing down those choices, which is about normal this time of year and certainly not unexpected. Alex Kevney's planning to attend DCTC in the fall. You got Connor Martin, AJ Savage are going to start a real estate career down in Florida next year. Reese Prowitz headed to St. Cloud State. Alec Chamberlain plans to play golf next year. Not sure where yet, the college level. Kieran Hafel-Zastro is going to continue his lacrosse career at Carthage College next year. So some bright futures certainly for the Kennedy seniors here tonight. And great way to pick up a win for them. You feel good for this team. It's been struck by injuries at times, but a lot of the players back and an enjoyable senior night as we send it down to ice level.
Thanks, congratulations. Great game. We'll start with one of our first seniors today, sponsored by the JFK Hockey Booster Club. We'll start with Carter Lansdale. Carter's parents are Lisa and Mike Lansdale. Carter's been a member of the defensive corps for 3 years now, and over his career has provided with some big hits, solid defensive zone plays, and has grown into a leader. He's embraced his role as a captain this year, and his leadership has shown in the day and out, in and out with our team. After high school, Carter will be attending the University of Wisconsin Superior to continue his soccer career. Thank you so much, Carter, for your time here with Kennedy. All right, our next senior is Joey Workman, who will be joined by his parents, Tammy and Matt Workman. Joey's in his third year here with the Eagles. Over his career, he has dazzled us with his stick handling, smooth moves, and having a knack for putting the puck in the back of the net. Far from a quiet kid, is not afraid to speak his mind. Joey has given us many memorable one-liners that will soon not be forgotten.
After high school, Joey will be attending college, but he's not quite sure where, so he's going to carefully select where that location will be. Again, thank you, Joey, for your time here with Kennedy. All right, our next senior is Alex Kevney. Alex will be joined by his parents, Dawn and Shane Kevney. Alex has been with us for 3 years and has been fun to watch him grow through as a solid contributor on our blue line. He's always had an excellent work ethic and willingness to learn the systems. Paired with a great sense of humor, he has been a blast to be around for the last 3 years. After high school, Alex will be attending Dakota County Technical College. Alex, thank you so much for your time with Kennedy Hockey. All right, next up is Connor Martin, who will be joined by his parents, Kathy Finnegan and Pat Martin. Connor has played varsity for 3 years and has shown us his great shot, his high-end speed over the years. He kicked off his junior year by scoring a game-winning goal on a breakaway to give the team its first win of the season that year. After high school, Connor will be moving to the great state of Florida. Why he leaves the snow, I'm not sure. But he'll be kicking off a career in the real estate world where he'll do great. Connor, thank you so much for your time here with Kennedy Hockey. All right, next up, our next senior is senior Kieran Hafel-Zastro. He'll be joined by his parents, Robin Hafel and John Zastro. Kieran is a hard-working, ultimate competitive player that this team always needs. He's worked hard over his career and earned a spot as one of our top PK or penalty killers. Kieran plans to join his Eagle former teammates at Carthage College and continue his lacrosse career. Kieran, thank you so much for your time here with Kennedy. All right, our next senior is senior Alec Chamberlain. Alec has been one of our team leaders since day one, having him with the squad. He works hard every day to make himself and his teammates better. A smart, solid defenseman who's good with the puck. Also, he's a pretty good golfer. He will be playing at the college level. Very bright future for Alec as he graduates from Kennedy. Alec, thank you so much for your time with Kennedy Hockey. Sorry, Alec is joined by his parents, Diane and Robert Chamberlain. All right, our next senior is senior A.J. Savage. AJ will be accompanied by his parents, Dot and David Savage. AJ has gone from being a guy that only played pond hockey to probably one of our most consistent players in a short amount of time. His hard work has paid off for AJ as he's been a strong physical winger for us with a very good shot, also resulting in some big goals. AJ also is planning a career in the real estate world after he graduates from Kennedy. Thank you, AJ, for your time here at Kennedy. All right. Our next senior is senior Reese Prowitz. Reese will be accompanied by his parents, Carly and Donnie Prowitz. Reese has always been that guy that gets everybody up. His attitude is positive, and he's ultimate locker room guy, or in this case, our locker area guy. A big winger, Reese has been very consistent for Kennedy and has been a great joy to coach him. After he graduates from Kennedy, he'll be heading to St. Cloud State to start his next chapter of his life. Reese, thank you for your time here at Kennedy. And last but not least, one of our team managers, Emmanuel Papolka. Emmanuel will be accompanied by his squad, Susie Munson and Brooke Frederick. Emmanuel has been a key part in recognizing him as his hard work and dedication throughout the season. He's been a part of a team that collects stats, fills water bottles, and provides endless support for the boys on the ice. After graduation, Emmanuel will be attending either St. John's or St. Olaf to major in finance and continue a running track career. Emmanuel, thank you for everything this year and helping Kennedy be the best they can be. Hey, Emmanuel, let's see some of that running. Let's go.
So there you go, senior night for Kennedy. Making some memories and a big-time victory for the Eagles. As some nice moments for the senior group. A couple of the seniors scoring, and Alex Kevney and Kieran Hafel-Zastro on the way to a 4-1 win. Hope you enjoyed senior night for Kennedy. And a reminder, we'll have hockey Saturday in Bloomington. Kennedy's regular season finale, 1 o'clock for the JV, 3:15 for the varsity. That'll put a wrap on this senior night. Once again, our final, Kennedy 4, the Scots 1. For our entire crew, this is Josh Powers saying good night from the Bloomington Ice Garden.